Hey, man. You awake?
No.
Hey. Are you gonna wake up?
I want to get up. 5 more minutes.
We gotta get on the road. It's like a 6-hour drive to burn it. You know, we're gonna stop for food, stuff like that. Gas. You know, we got the match tomorrow.
The match? I'm up. I'm up.
Let's go. Ready?
A man of God who found himself for a moment without hope. So if you've never battled with depression, this is an incredibly accurate description of what someone would feel. He says this, he says, I'm the man who's seen affliction by the rod of the Lord's wrath. He's driven me away and made me walk in darkness rather than light, and surrounded me with bitterness and hardship. He's made me dwell in darkness like those long dead. He's walled me in so I cannot escape. He's weighed me down with chains. Even when I cry out for help, he shuts out my prayer. I've been deprived of peace. I've forgotten what prosperity is. So I say, my splendor is gone. All that I've hoped for from the Lord.
We mentioned former Electra police officer Justin Hiracheta has passed away. And now we are learning he was also a former deputy for the Clay County Sheriff's Office.
According to a new post from the Clay County Sheriff's Office, said, quote, Justin served our agency with honor and dedication, and his commitment to public safety and his fellow deputies left a lasting impression on all who had the working along.
He says, I remember my affliction and my wandering, the bitterness and the gall. I well remember them, and my soul is downcast within me. I remember them well. My soul is downcast within me. Prophet of God, the man of God, is broken.
Hope is not a feeling. Hope is a path. And that path is going to take you through tribulation and affliction. And I would venture to say that there's not a person hearing me now that doesn't know something about suffering and affliction.
Nobody ever told me that grief felt so much like fear. It's a powerful statement, fear. But fear of what? The fear of losing yourself, the fear of growing old alone, the fear that this intense pain will never stop, the fear of forgetting the sound of his voice or his laugh, or that others will forget him, that his life won't have mattered. Grief makes you feel isolated, alone, terrified, and damaged, and scared of absolutely everything.
My soul is downcast. He turns to God and he says, yet this I call to mind. I feel hopeless, I feel depressed, I'm walking in darkness, I have no hope whatsoever, yet this I call to mind. And because I call this to mind, therefore I have hope. In the middle of his darkest moment, he calls to mind the goodness, the character, the nature of God. And he talks about it. It's beautiful the way he talks about it. He says, because of the Lord's great love, we're not consumed.
So what if instead of saying to someone, hey, stop talking about your brother, we said, tell me more about your brother who died? What if instead of trying to fix people, we sat with them inside of their pain and we let them tell us what comes next? What if we got rid of the phrase move on and instead began to move with and move through our losses?
In fact, it's the only way. We have to somehow accept, not deny, but feel our suffering and feel our losses. And then we make one of two decisions. We either decide to go through the gate of resentment, which leads to vengeance, which leads to self-harm, which leads to harm to others, or we go through the gate of forgiveness, which leads to grace. The decision to walk through the gate of forgiveness, grace.
Now, psychiatrists and psychologists and little pills can do wonderful, amazing things for people who are suffering from depression. And I'm truly, absolutely thankful for modern medicine. But it's hard to beat the real healing that only God can provide.
I can tell you, I've learned 10 times more about the grace of God in dark times than I ever did in times of prosperity. And here's what he's saying to you. He says, I am your God, not because you put on a happy face in the morning. I am your God, not because you say everything right, not because you do everything right. I'm your God because I'm a God of grace. You know how liberating that is? Not only are dark times the best places to learn about the grace of God, they're also the best places to become a person of greatness. It'll turn you into a person of endurance, of stability, of strength.
Pray. Pause. Praise. I call this to mind. Maybe a good word from God is just enough to get you through today. Maybe it's just enough to get you through this hour. And maybe it's just enough to get you through the minute. A good word.
Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day, have a great week, and we'll see you on the range.
Can I get a oh yeah?